Hi everyone, it's Brian here. I'm going to be doing my presentation on free voluntary reading on page 224. So for the step-by-step implementation, first you want to identify the independent reading levels of the students. Once you do this, you can gather a number of books at their levels, and you can organize the books in a way that they can access easily. Next, you can explain the program to students. You can say that this is a free and voluntary reading program, that these books will help them learn a lot of new vocabulary, which will lead to improvement in their writing, spelling, grammar, and also when the reading material is not too difficult. And you can also set up a system where they can easily check the books in and out. Another option you can do is discuss the books in groups. You can have like literary discussion times, and where they can talk about their favorite books and favorite authors. Um, and then they'll be happy to share, and then you can kind of gauge which students are actually doing a lot of reading. And you want to keep the introduction to the books very informal. In doing this, it adds motivation over time. You can build momentum. You can even have them like create videos of their favorite books. And you can do readathons and see like how many books um, and how many days and how many hours they can read a day. So you can have fun with it and just kind of go from there. So another thing you would want to do is assess the progress with your instructions. So you want to make sure you have like book logs. You can use this through the computer, um, and have like completion dates for the students to shoot for. So the example I'm going to talk about is Miss Gerard's third grade class. At first she introduced free reading, but they didn't really seem interested in it until she brought a new series of books. She read the first one to them, and it caught their interest in these new books. And then they were given books to kind of write down which books are they reading at school and at home. Next, there's a tally sheet to keep track of the number of books each student read. One student was the record keeper and keeps track of the reading done in each week. First, he puts like a list of the most popular books, and then he totals the number of books read by the class for the week. Ms. Gerard allows the students to read 3 times a day during the school day. She has them share comments or share any funny parts of the reading. And she does give prizes and rewards like for your 100th book, your 500th book milestone. For example, she gave like 30 minutes of free reading under a tree after lunch, and it just showed that giving these English language learners the option to pick their books helps tremendously. So for me, I'm most likely going to be working in a health class. I do want to provide them with options of different sports, different health books, like different nutritional recipes, and just provide them as the teacher did with just a lot of different options and interests. I would also like to reward them with maybe like little prizes, like candy or little toys that they can get if they read like a set amount of books and recipes. For preschool to third grade, the TESOL standards that I would like to relate would be relate events and characters in series books. So I would like the students to be able to um, recall like sports moments or different chefs um, and relate it to the food, um, to the sport, to the game, anything like a statistic or like a certain and for cooking like a certain recipe or how that recipe has like a certain amount of protein or carbs and for the grades 4 through 8 I like where I would like for the where it says express personal likes and opinions of books read for pleasure. It'd be cool to see them, share a liking for foods that have more protein or foods that have more carbs or foods that are more salty or have more paprika. So that part for the nutrition and same goes for the sports, like allowing them know like, oh, I like books on gymnastics or I really like books on stretching and yoga or I really like books on baseball. So that'll do it for my presentation. I appreciate you guys listening and I hope you guys have a nice weekend.